Hello everyone, this is Sonic Fiend, and welcome to the, well, I should say rebirth of the Jump Ultimate Stars playthrough. This is an English translated ROM that I had gotten patched together. I don't remember exactly what file program I used, but I know I have the completed ROM up for download somewhere in my MediaFire, so if I ever need it again, I can just pick it up from there. Anyway, I can't read any of this text, because unfortunately this part wasn't translated. But from my understanding, J-World was peaceful. The world where all the 40-plus Shonen Jump manga that are in this game, do their thing. But some great evil has split them apart and separated them into different galaxies. The Jump Pirate, Shonen Jump's protector and icon, I should say, has recruited the 5 most well-known heroes, I think at the time, and starting with these 5, they're going to reclaim all of the lost manga. And with that, the adventure begins. I've got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get right into it. As you can see, most of these options are locked, and you won't be able to unlock them unless you start the Great Adventure Story Mode, or J-Universe as it's called here. So we're just going to delve right into that. We start on planet Earth, where Shonen Jump was made, don't you know? Now normally at this screen you get to select what deck you want to use for a mission, but there are some missions, like all the tutorials, where you have to use a preset deck and just, work your way around that. So as you can see here, Jump Ultimate Stars is a 2D plane fighting game. If I had to compare it to any other one, I'd say probably Smash Brothers, since there's a multitude of attacks that work with directions, and you can also use items and the like. Okay, here's how you play. You use left and right on the control pad to move, double tap in any direction to dash, again like Smash Brothers. Every character has a double jump, or in some cases a triple jump, and while you're descending, press down and A, with A being the jump button, to immediately get back to ground. There are 3 primary methods of attack: light, heavy, and special attacks. B light, Y heavy, and X special. And you can interchange these with different directions on the D-pad to do all sorts of wacky moves. If you're a fan of some of these manga, then you'll probably recognize them right away. Like that, for example. I think that's called the Gum Gum Barrage. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not really savvy on One Piece. The J-Soul, that yellow gauges your health. So, like most fighting games, if your character's health is depleted, they're knocked out. But depending on the game style, there are 3 in total, it won't immediately mean game over. Game set, and this is the mission clear screen. If you were to fail it, which I may show just for laughs in another part, it will be all blue, and your the leader character will be all depressed and such. Okay, next on the tutorial is while attacking. This goes in depth with the attacking playstyle, I should say. So what you want to do here is just use the B and Y buttons. It doesn't matter which one you use, just as long as the red coma, which is pretty much the training dummy of this game. Yeah, you have to knock it out, I should say. Words I keep getting mixed up. Blech. There are missions where you actually have to play as those training comas, but I don't know if you can use them in any gameplay outside those missions. So every character has 2 special moves, just neutral X and and up and X. There are no forward or down X's, sadly. It would have been neat, but given how massive this game is, I'm not going to complain. That is the Gum Gum Storm, I believe. And again, Gum Gum Barrage. Each special move uses up one of your special gauge. Depending on what combination of comas, we'll be explaining about comas later. Depending on what combination you have, your characters, I should say, will have up to a max of, I believe, 9. Or I've never gotten past 9, at least. And now let's see what this next tutorial is all about. Okay, here's where you're going to use the bottom screen, the touch screen, for all of your primary functions. Also, hold down to guard. I should have mentioned that before. Yeah, there's actually no crouch in this game. It's just down to guard, which is interesting. In that regard, it's kind of like the Clash of Ninja games, where you can also hold down to guard in that. Let's see. Down and Y creates a force break, which breaks the character's guard. Down and X makes a, I just forgot the term. I think it's a push break or something like that. And it keeps your opponent at bay. Down and B is the character change attack, which is akin to, let's say, the snapback of Marvel vs. Capcom. Okay, here's where you get to change characters. To change a player coma, players and support comas I'm going to get in depth with when we actually get to that part of the tutorial. Just tap them on the bottom screen, and there you go. Or use a prerequisite button, aka the L and R buttons. And if, let's say you're, in this case, let's say if Luffy had gotten hurt, if you switch out to Naruto, Luffy will start regaining his J-Soul. So again, like, it's pretty much like any Capcom vs. Series game in that regard. Like the J-Pirate explained there, support comas are, you know, mini characters that do all sorts of crazy moves to give you an edge in battle. In this case, Goku over there just did a Kamehameha wave. Now he's explaining about the crystals for J-Power, as it's called. It's pretty much what you use for customization in this game. So if you want more crystals, you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to fulfill certain conditions of missions. I'm not going to get through every single one, because I've never done so on just playing this casually, but I'll get as many as I can. And all of the main secret ones that unlock all lots of crazy tidbits and extra stuff. And it's here where you actually make your manga deck, which is what you'll be using to play the game. There are 3 types of coma: the support, the helper, and the battle coma. The battle comas are the playable characters. And every battle coma needs at least 4 panels. Any below and it just won't work. If I had to compare this to something, I'd say, off the top of my head, the panel system from Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. And if you had a lot of fun with that like I did, then you'll have a lot of fun with this. Especially since there's no limit to the amount of decks you can make, as far as my knowledge goes. Someone once told me it was about 30, perhaps, but I've just never tried making that many at any given time. As you probably noticed, Gintoki here and Muho, the other kid with the 1 coma, didn't really do anything in the last tutorial. That's because they are currently helper comas, and every help coma has a specific ability. Yeah, for example, like Jump Pirate's telling you now, Gintoki gives you perfect guard, which if you block just as an attack is about to connect, you'll get one more in your special gauge. So it's sort of like an instant block from something, let's say, Guilty Gear or BlazBlue. And it's here we're just going to put the rest of our Komas, that's all we have right now, into the deck. Assignment seals. You can't finish a deck without putting a leader patch on your Battle Koma. And whoever the leader is gets a specific power-up. Also, in point battles, if the leader knocks out another character or an opponent of some variety, then you'll gain 2 points instead of 1. Again, like I said, there are 3 specific play modes, but the missions in the story mode will play around with those conditions a bit. Without getting too in-depth, those game modes are Point Battle, which is, I guess, Time Match in Smash Bros. Death Battle, you know, just be the last one standing, and something called Collect J Symbols. Whoever has the most J Symbols when the time runs out wins. Okay, here it's just telling you about, this is just like an easier way of customization. It's all for convenience. I never rely on this too much, but if I need to, then I will. If you want to remove, you have to pick up the Koma and then place it on that little icon. Or I believe the X or Y buttons delete that Koma as well. Not permanently. It's here where, okay, now we're alphabetizing by Japanese characters, so if you're totally American like me, or English, or Canadian, or someone who doesn't understand Japanese, you won't be needing that. I'm not sure if any of that means either. And the fun part about this playthrough, so to speak, is that you're going to be helping me make decks to complete the story mode. I'll be releasing more information about this in a future video. But until then, I've been Sonic Fiend, and thanks for watching the first part. Hopefully we get to finish this time. See you next time, where we continue the tutorial on Asteroid before heading over to the Warp Gate. Goodbye.